So far, we've entered fuel use, built some shell assemblies, modeled some heating systems, and now we're going to add some hot water systems. As you can see, the tool has already built out some system analysis for us based on our previous entries under fuel use where we selected hot water fuel. So it's already calculated some estimates of energy use. Now we can go in and edit things and add a proposed hot water system. We've modeled an electric water heater that's a storage tank, not on demand. A default energy factor has been ascribed to the system, and it's calculated our fuel units used. Note that these are just default entries, and it's really important to go into your hot water heater system and edit for the proper numbers, and you can choose to accept the defaults if they are appropriate. We have a hot water system assigned to hot water scenario number 1. It's an existing system. It's electric fuel. It's not on demand. There's a default energy factor entered of 0.88, which is typical for an electric water heater, and I'm going to keep that. If we wanted to change it, it's very easy to do so. Auxiliary contribution. You would enter something here if there was some other hot water system supporting or preheating the existing storage tank. For example, if there was a solar energy system that preheated the water during certain parts of the year, you'd put whatever that contribution percentage is here. If there was a wood stove loop or a boiler preheat loop in the wintertime, you would also want to estimate the contribution of that system to the overall hot water energy consumption. We have none of those. We'll enter 0 for auxiliary contribution. To determine the annual fuel units used, meaning gallons of propane or therms of gas or kilowatt hours of hot water, you have a choice. You can either enter the fuel units, and this would be used if you've done your own disaggregation of hot water end uses and come up with a fuel units estimate on your own. Otherwise, EUSAVE will calculate that figure for you. If you choose to enter your own fuel units, simply overwrite what the tool has already calculated. The Calculate For Me feature uses building occupancy and the energy factor to make an estimation of hot water energy used. We've chosen to completely replace this water heater, which means it's going away and a new one will be in its place. That means that the replacement load percent, that means the future replacement of this water heater, will be 0%. The fact that you can choose the percentage of future load suggests that you can add multiple water heating systems and split the percentage of load contribution between them. We've landed now back on our hot water systems page. We didn't make any edits, but let me show you one feature that the tool does have. Occupancy adjusted energy factor will adjust the energy factor up or down depending on how many people you have told the tool live in the house. The assumption is that more occupants will use more hot water. More delivered hot water means a higher energy factor. Less delivered hot water means greater standby losses and therefore a lower energy factor. Let's close this for clarity, and we will enter a new hot water system. We'll add our proposed water heater to water scenario 1. It is a proposed system. We're going to change it to natural gas. It will be an on-demand water heater with an energy factor of 95, no auxiliary contribution, and we expect this will be about a $2,200 installation. Incremental maintenance cost with an on-demand hot water heater may be a bit higher than a storage tank, but for simplicity, I'm going to leave this at 0 for now. Note also that the energy factor for an on-demand water heater will not change based on occupancy. Since there's no storage tank, there's no tank loss. Therefore, the energy factor is effectively the recovery efficiency of the water heater. Let's save this now. We've landed once again on the hot water page where we can take a look at our current and proposed hot water systems. The existing water heater remains as we modeled it, and you can see that the numbers have carried over from our proposed hot water heater entries. The hot water scenario evaluation gives us a comparison of existing and proposed energy use and savings. Take a few minutes to review the figures that the tool has calculated for you. They're similar to what you've already seen on the heating evaluation page.